Hey there, nonprofit filmmakers. So you need your film made by yesterday, but your locations are no longer available, leaving you absolutely... Well, panic not, my friend. Here's the 5 best last-minute locations for you to film. Number 1, the office. When you can, keep it simple. Whether it's your own office or your subjects, a couple of desks, computers, and important-looking machinery can do a ton to add to the overall production value. It's even better if the office is related to what you're filming, making it super easy to snag a couple of shots of B-roll if you're filming at your subject's office. They'll probably feel a lot more comfortable in that familiar space, making the interview that much better. I'd recommend filming after hours if you can. This will help with the foot traffic and reduce noise, helping you get the cleanest audio possible. For the simplest lighting, use a big window as your key light if you have access to one. So the pros are it's convenient to film at, it shows the working side of the interview, looks quality, and it's a good opportunity to snag B-roll. The cons are it's limited availability, it might be noisy or tight to shoot at depending on the office. Number 2, your home. Okay, so the office was keeping it simple, but let's think even simpler. For this one, shoot at your very own home, or your subject's home. You can make shooting at your home look super professional. Try and find a fairly open spot with a pretty backdrop, such as bookshelves, a living room, or even a nice kitchen. Or if you're not feeling any of those, just go to the backyard and film there. And heck, if nothing looks too nice, just set that aperture really low and let the bokeh do its work. Lighting should be even easier than shooting at the office. Just use an open window again as your source of light. And for audio, well, you don't have to worry about anyone walking through the set. The pros are it's convenient to film at, you have access to anything inside the house, you have inside or outside shooting options available, but the cons are the space could be limited depending on whose home you're at. Number 3, the garage. Okay, so this one is definitely kind of like your home, but it can give a very different feel and even higher production quality. As long as you have a large cloth backdrop, access to some stands, any garage can turn into your own mini studio. We've had quality results shooting in our own garages by simply setting up a backdrop, lights, adding a sound blanket to make the audio less echoey, and suddenly the garage is a great option. The pros are it's convenient, you have a controlled space, it's larger, and the audio is, well, easy to manage. The cons are, well, you need those backdrops, the lights, set everything up, and the audio can be echoey. Number 4, the park. So this one is by far one of my favorite last-minute locations to film at. Here at PNC, we filmed a bunch of interviews in parks and almost always get stellar video at the other end. It's convenient to meet at, it will almost always give you interesting and natural backgrounds, and it gives you a ton of natural light. If you're a small video team, you usually have no problem shooting there as well, with or without permission. I'd recommend bringing some battery-powered LEDs, especially if it's later in the day, as there isn't always access to outlets. The other thing to watch for is noisy audio. Try and film when there aren't too many people around, and you'll definitely have a better time. The pros are it's convenient to go to, at solid aesthetic backdrops, nice natural lighting. The cons are it can be noisy depending on the location or time of day. Number 5, the Zoom interview. Okay, so I don't usually recommend this strategy over the other ones, but sometimes a Zoom interview is literally the best or the only option. Plus, with modern day laptops, phones, and webcams, and the coronavirus popularizing video calls, the Zoom interview has become more and more acceptable option. We've ended up using Zoom interviews in the past because, well, the pandemic or location restrictions. Sometimes a subject matter expert doesn't have enough time for a full day shoot on location. The Zoom interview is by far the most convenient and can allow you to film nearly anyone from across the world. But the big cons is that the video and audio quality usually suffer. And you have to walk your subject through setting up their camera and audio, getting their composition right. If Zoom isn't your style, there's also a couple of our other favorite alternatives in description down below. Bonus number 6, the green screen. So, okay, your house is a mess, the office is unavailable, there's a flash snowstorm making the park impossible to film at. And on top of all of that, your roommate just invited his second cousin to live in your garage. Well, fear not, because with the green screen, you can literally film anywhere. The green screen is a very solid option for filming a subject, and before you turn away because it sounds complicated or intimidating, know that with modern editing software and a few YouTube tutorials, it's possible to achieve realistic-looking green screen composites with little to no knowledge or experience prior. So the pros are you can change the background to whatever you want. It's great for adding motion graphics in the background, and it can be set up anywhere as long as you get relatively even lighting on the screen. The cons are it takes more time in post to key out the background, and the background might not look super realistic. Also, your subject obviously can't be wearing any green. All right, that's it, filmmakers. I'll see you on the next one.